Hey guys, what's up? It's Nakul again from Tech Boy, and yes, I'm back with the comparison video of the new LeTv LE1S versus the Lenovo K4 Note. So let's get started. Okay people, so before I start this comparison, I just want to tell you that this is going to be a quick comparison video. I will try to keep it quick and I won't go in much depth about each point. As you know, I have used both the phones, so I know which phone is better in what point, and I've wrote it all down on a piece of paper and I will explain all that in this video, but I'll try to keep it quick. So anyways, let's start the comparison. So first of all, the price of the devices. K4 Note costs 12,000 rupees and LE1S cost 11,000 rupees. So obviously the cheaper is better in this point. So the winner is LE1S. So moving on to the next point, which is the build quality, design, looks and all that. And obviously K4 Note is a really good looking device, but it's the back that gives it away. As you can see, it's full of fingerprints and oily marks, so that's one thing that I don't like about this phone, the back. Plus it's obviously much more, or I would say slightly more thicker than the LE1S, as you can see. So in terms of design, I would say, and obviously build quality as well, LE1S is the winner because it's so premium, plus no fingerprints whatsoever on the back, and the fingerprint sensor, which is in the chrome, or I should say mirror finish, rather than in the matte finish, as you can see. So obviously LeTv looks better. I just have to remove this sticker, so please don't mind it. If I remove it, it's gonna look way better. And the build quality is also very nice, better than K4 Note. I would say it feels so solid and premium in the hand, like all this metal area and stuff. I don't know if it's metal or not though, but it feels like. And the edges are slightly curved, and again chrome finish. So yep, the LeTv, you can see yourself, looks way better than K4 Note. So obviously this point again goes to the LeTv. So the next point is fingerprint sensor, which both the phones have at the back, as you can see. But I would say the fingerprint sensor of LeTv is much more responsive, or you can say more sensitive than the K4 Note, and it works a little bit better than K4 Note. Plus, as you can see, it's in the mirror or chrome finish, but in the K4 Note it's matte finish. So this one even looks better and it works a little bit better. So again, the point goes to LeTv. So as of right now, LeTv has 3 points while K4 Note has 0 point. But anyways, let's move on to the next point, which is the USB type. And LeTv has USB type C while the K4 Note has traditional micro USB. So this is a draw because as per me, the newer is better and winner should be LeTv because it has USB type C. But for most people, they tend to go for usability, and USB type C is not so famous right now, and you can't charge your phone if you go anywhere and you don't have your charging cable with you. But micro USB is so common that you can find the charger of this phone almost anywhere. Plus you can connect the on-the-go pen drives and all that. Though now we can see on-the-go pen drives for USB type C as well, but obviously micro USB is much more common. So for some people, usability is more important, but for me, the newer technology, the better. So it's a draw. So moving on to the next point, which is the light in the capacitive keys. And everybody knows K4 Note doesn't have light in the capacitive keys, as you can see, nothing at all. But in LeTv, we do have light in the capacitive keys. So again, the point goes to LeTv. So that's 4 and 0 for K4 Note. And up next is the LED notification light, which both the phones have it, and I won't bother showing you that right now because that would take even more time. But yes, both the phones have the LED notification light, so that's a draw, and 1 point for each. So that's 5 for LeTv and 1 for K4 Note. And if you also want to count the USB point, then that's 2 for K4 Note and 6 for LeTv. Anyways, let's move on. So now the next thing is the quick charging feature, which again both the phones support. So that's again a draw, and that's 7 for LeTv and 3 for K4 Note, I would say. So moving on to the next point, which is the performance of the devices, and K4 Note has Mediatek 1.3 GHz octa-core processor. LeTv also has Mediatek, but it's 2.2 GHz octa-core. So Yes, the performance is better in the LeTv 1S. It doesn't lag, or there are like no sluggish, nothing at all. It's all smooth. While the K4 Note lags a little bit in day-to-day life if you're doing multitasking too much, and you can feel a little bit of sluggishness. Nothing too major, but yes, it does lags here and there. While the LeTv doesn't lags at all. So again, the point goes to the LeTv. And as of right now, the score update is that the LeTv is on 8 points while K4 Note is only at 3 points. But anyways, the next point is the loudspeaker, call quality and music quality in headphones, which is all better in the K4 Note guys. It has dual loudspeaker which are front facing and they are just amazing. While the LeTv has one loudspeaker right over here, this one, the right grill, and it sounds pretty nice and great too. The loudness is pretty good, the clarity is pretty good, but again, it's no match in front of the dual loudspeaker which are front facing. And the call quality is also amazing in the K4 Note. The volume levels are so great and also the clarity. And same thing goes with the music quality in the headphones. The volume levels are the main thing in the K4 Note, which are so great. You can't listen to it on the full volume actually. It will either blow your mind or your headphones. The volume levels are so great in the K4 Note. So if we count these points individually, so that's 3 plus for the K4 Note, and now the K4 Note is at 6 points while LeTv is at 8 points. So anyways, the next point is the infrared and NFC. Now LeTv has infrared right on the top right over here beside my thumb, while the K4 Note has NFC. So that's 1 point for each of the phone. And LeTv is on 9 points and K4 Note is on 7 points now. Moving on to the one major point now, which is the battery of the devices. Now K4 Note has 3300 mAh battery and the backup I got was only around 10 to 12 hours with normal usage. And the battery of the LeTv is only 3000 mAh, which is smaller than K4 Note, but the processor is bigger than the K4 Note. It's 2.2 octa-core, while the K4 Note has 1.3 octa-core. So the processor is bigger, battery is smaller, still the battery backup I got was 15 to 16 hours with normal usage. Now that's pretty great, and again the winning point goes to LeTv. That's I guess 10 for LeTv and 7 for K4 Note. So moving on to the next point, which is actually an issue in both the devices, and that's heating. Yes, both the devices gets warm while using heavily and charging, so that's no point for each. Still on 10, still on 7. And now this video is almost coming to an end because the next point we're going to talk about is the last point, and that is the camera of the devices. Now both the phones have great cameras outdoors, but if we talk about the indoor picture quality, then only LeTv survives. Why? Take a look at the picture sample yourself. So as you guys just saw the picture sample, you can see that the indoor picture quality is better in the LeTv and it's better than K4 Note. Plus it also has slow motion video. As you can see, you can choose 2 speeds. And in video you can also record 4K video, as you can see guys. So in terms of camera, the winner is LeTv, and I didn't include the outdoor picture samples because they are almost the same. So that's why the indoor picture samples were the deciding factor, and yes, LeTv has better camera than K4 Note. So now the score is that the LeTv is on 11 points and K4 Note is at 7 points. So obviously the winner is LeTv overall. It's cheaper, it's faster, has better battery backup, better camera, has USB Type-C, backlight in the capacitive keys. But if you want better call quality, loudspeaker and music quality in headphones, go for the K4 Note. So that's it for right now guys. This was the comparison video of the LeTv LE1S versus the Lenovo K4 Note. If you have any comments, suggestion, question, put it in the comments down below. I've tried my level best to help you out guys. See you next time.